On today's show, man, we are excited to be back. Thank you for joining us on another Voice of Onewheel every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We were on a break last week, and of course, Future Motion drops the biggest firmware update up to date. He's waiting for us. Where in the world is Bradley Michael Spence? Can we show him? He's sitting in a Starbucks somewhere. We're going to play Where in the World is Bradley Michael Spence. We'll do that all with you. We're going to hear from an onslaught of riders. So just be ready for it. I've got Copy. I've got Sean Nelson. I've got Rich Jones from London. I've got Chris Richardson on my shirt and in the Skype camera. I've got McCosker coming in hot. We've got thoughts from Rachel Cecil. I mean, shit's going down, folks. Strap it on right here from TTR Studios. This is the Voice of Onewheel.
Everybody, this is JB from Onewheel with me.
I'm Amanda Thompson with the New England Onewheel Network.
This is Jeff McCosker from the Float Life.
Hey, I'm Jamie.
This is Chris Richardson with TTR Studios, and you're listening to
The Voice.
The Voice.
Hey there, this is Rachel Cecil, freestyle champion at Float Life Fest 2, and you're listening to The Voice of Onewheel.
Welcome back, folks. Let's do the damn thing. Belly Matt LaBelle joins me as per usual. Oh, thank you very much. What's up, dude? How we feeling?
Well, you know, feeling fresh. People probably don't recognize me with my hair this way. It's been over a week. Who knows what's going on?
Looking good. Get that microphone in front of you. It's all far away. My goodness.
It's because I don't have a mute button.
I know. That's true. All right, let's get to him. He is Bradley Michael Spence. He joins us now from, in fact, don't tell us where you're from other than a Starbucks. What's up, man? Good morning.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Social Media Lounge, where do you think he is? Just pipe it in. Good morning. Bradley, what are we serving in the Social Media Lounge this morning? Do we have him? Brad, do you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
That's okay. Brad, what are we serving in the Social Media Lounge for the people today?
Oh, I'm going to talk about a little bit of Gemini, but I'm also going to talk about Shred a little bit.
Okay.
Little shameless plugs.
But now, you know, we start every show telling them what fake food that we're serving in there. So are we serving blonde roasted coffee from Starbucks? Can we do that?
I'm pretty much having a blonde flat white, so that is what we're serving.
I love it. Thanks for joining us, man. I know it's super early. Don't tell us where you are yet. Social Media Lounge, feel free to pipe that in. Where in the world do you think Bradley Michael Spence is? We're going to talk to him about Gemini, but real quick before we do.
We're eating Gemini.
We're eating Gemini. Before we do, Brad, you're living the dream. And I don't know if you realize that, but so many people are jealous of what you're doing. And I don't think that you're doing anything that they can't be doing other than having the balls to go ahead and do it and live what you want out of your life. So just tell us a little bit of what the hell has been going on with you lately.
Yeah, I just hit yesterday was my 17th month anniversary since I left my apartment and went on the road to promote Boulder Denim. And it's been an amazing experience. I've rode with all the riders in all these different cities. And yeah, all you have to do is take a risk. And there's a way to do it. You can start a business. You can have a remote job. Anybody can do what I'm doing. It's nothing really that special.
Do you have any advice for somebody who's maybe in a rut, maybe got some free time, a little bit of disposable income, maybe wants to make some changes in their life? What's the best way to go about that and not just sit there thinking about it? What's the best way to put that into action?
Start buy a Sprinter van, start building it out into a camper that suits your life, and just take the plunge. And if you have a job, a 9-to-5 job, start hinting to your boss that you want to work remotely. Just hints here and there. You'd be surprised how many bosses are willing to let you work remotely.
So is that what you're doing? You're working remotely and you're getting paid to do that on the road and then also live your life the way you want?
That's exactly what I'm doing, yeah.
God bless America.
One more month left, though. The tour ends in December, so it's bittersweet.
So this is going to end? There's an end to this?
Sort of. So I'm going back home for Christmas, going to Maui with the family, and then I'm going to Montreal for 3 or 4 weeks to learn the wholesale side of my business. That's where our manufacturing's done for the jeans. And then in February, I'm going to be moving somewhere in California. I'm not sure where yet. Possibly Sacramento with Jeff, or Santa Cruz or Santa Barbara, a smaller town in California.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's Santa Barbara. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Have you seen it? It's unbelievable out there.
No, I'm there on Wednesday, so I heard amazing things. So.
Buddy, it is just all of these beautiful little villas built into a mountain that overlooks the ocean. I mean, what else do you want, dude? But do we have any guesses of where he is right now? Is anybody in the social media guessing where he is?
I just gave a hint, kind of.
Yeah, I saw Seattle. I saw France was a guess.
France? Why not? For booze.
Yeah, I gotta get my charger for my computer here. So
we're working hard, but it is on the screen too. Belly. Oh, Brad is my hero. I thought it said Belly's my hero. He's my hero, but Brad can be yours. That's fine. Very good. So, Brad, let's get right into it. Let's talk Gemini with the folks. I'm already 10 minutes into the show. Well, you guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, Bradley Michael Spence is the owner of Boulder Denim Jeans. He went on basically a tour of the world. He's been going around riding with everybody he can possibly think of. His jeans are amazing. They're super stretchy, super comfortable, and they actually look pretty damn good, too, if you're trying to get laid.
You've worn them on a date.
I've worn them on a date, folks, and it worked. Got me a little smooch at the end of the night. So that was
It was
fun.
only the pants, though.
It was clearly the pants, and not the Italian nose job. However, what we are interested in about is he's been living around. He's in California. He's in different places, and he's just like, hey, this wildfire sucks. Anybody want to go to Big Sur and ride with me? Like, the dude's living the dream. And I want to highlight what you're doing with shred.com because I know you've been doing a lot with that. But we have to start off with Gemini and what your thoughts are. It's the newest firmware update that allows you to customize your shaping. So, Bradley Michael Spence, go. What is your ideal setting? Go ahead.
So I was lucky enough to test it in Pebble Beach with Paul from Pro Ride. So we hit the golf courses together. We hit the beach. We hit trails. I had a lot of fun. I like to play around with the settings in both trail and pavement. But one of my favorite settings, and I don't really see many other people posting this, but I like putting mellow down to like 2 or 3, like -2 or 3, and then I like the super loose.
So you go whoa. So you go both of them all the way to the left?
Yeah, it feels like I'm floating on a cloud. Like it's the closest thing to actually like hovering that I felt on the one wheel.
Now Brad,
it's not that responsive. It's like it's good for cruising on a road or a golf course, like by the ocean. Like it was the perfect setting for that setting. That being said, I would never ride that in on trail.
Very good. Very good. Can you explain to Belly, because Belly hasn't ridden it yet, and I'm sure there's a couple riders out there that haven't updated, and we're going to hear from some people and some thoughts of why they might not want to. But can you explain to Belly and anybody who hasn't ridden what the 3 shapings are that you can kind of adjust?
Yeah, so the first one is carvability, and essentially you can go from loose to tight. And the looser you have it, essentially changes the roll of the board like this. So
it's like the trucks.
Feels like it feels like you have really loose trucks if you turn it down to loose, and if you turn it up to tight, it feels like you have really tight trucks. I have no idea how Future Motion pulled that off, but it legitimately feels like you have super loose trucks when you have it on the loose setting. The next one is tilt, so you can have the nose tilted up or down. I like it up for trails. I like it down for street. It just feels like we're like supercharged. And then the last setting is what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. But the last setting, responsiveness or aggressiveness. And essentially to me, it's the response time it takes when you lean forward for the board to react, or vice versa, like we're braking and just a little bit more responsive. And I like that higher aggressiveness when I'm on a trail or something, but on the street, I kind of like a little less aggressive. It's kind of fun for me.
Now, which one is supercharged? Is it nose up or nose down?
I mean, that depends. If you're on a street, I feel like nose down would feel like supercharged, where nose up kind of feels a little bit like pushback to me. So
I'm going to wait until the end of the episode to tell you about my settings and why, because I want to hear from everybody first, and I don't want to influence anything.
Yeah.
But I know that nose up, nose down has been in a lot of discussions, and I have some serious thoughts on it. Is somebody else Skyping you right now? What's happening? My God. Too many people. Oh, somebody's calling the call-in line. Go ahead and take it. Let's take the phone call. Why not? Brad, people want to talk to you, dude.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's do it. See what happens. Let's hope this isn't a wedding call. That'd be interesting. All right, so Brad, we're going to get a call on the line here. We'll see what happens here in just a quick second. Belly is lining it all up.
Trying to Skype in.
All right. Tell them that this is Clunky Radio. Are we getting them on? Belly, just put them on.
I'll tell you what, we'll just put you on.
We'll just put them on. Put them on with Brad. Do it. Let's see what happens. Caller, who are you? Where are you from?
Heitschleifen.
Who is this?
Heitschleifen.
I don't understand. What is it? Brad, okay. Well, where are you from?
Heitschleifen is from Alabama.
Oh, all right. Well, what's your name?
Heitschleifen.
All right. Heitschleifen. Tell me about Gemini. What do you think? Say hi to Bradley.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
So what do you think of Gemini?
Good.
You like it? You've been riding it?
Riding what? I don't know this stuff. I can't hear you that good.
Okay, well, call us back later. Leave us a voicemail. We're on the air right now for a radio show. I don't know if you realize that, but we're on the air for a radio.
I thought this was no, I'm sorry.
Bye.
That's okay, bye. All right, so that was fun. Brad, who the hell
Well, that
was
was interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Again, if you do want to call in, 571-354-7338. But I got a lot to do, and I got to let Bradley go. So, Brad.
And it's weird because he says he's in Alabama, but that phone call definitely came from Philadelphia.
Are you sure that's a he?
Or she.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a she.
I think it was a child.
I think it was a young child.
I think it was a child, yeah.
Brad, what's the best, in your opinion, for riding trails versus riding on street? Because a lot of people who haven't updated yet have been asking me, like, what do you think is the best for trails versus street? So can maybe you speak on that for a minute?
Yeah, I actually kind of like the carvability kind of in the middle. Maybe a little bit. So I've been playing around with it like -1 or -2. And then higher aggressiveness. I usually have it around 9.
For street or for this is just
that's for trail.
That's
and
for
then
trail.
For street I like it much more loose, like -4, and then aggressiveness I play around with depending on if I'm trying to keep up with someone like Stroh or McCosker.
What are your thoughts on future?
Or if I'm just cruising.
What are your thoughts on Future Motion and them putting out this update?
I think it's fantastic, and I love how they just like surprised us and weren't like it's coming in 2 months. Like they just announced it and no one knew it was coming. Really, I mean, we all kind of knew there was eventually going to be a new firmware update, but it was a nice surprise for sure. I love those guys.
I mean, we absolutely do. We're very excited to see that this is all coming in brand new. Like you said, everybody's sitting here thinking, oh, maybe they'll come out with a new board. Maybe they'll come out with a new board. Boom! We're going to go ahead and just allow you to ride your own board any way that you want. So really, really awesome. Brad, you've been doing a great job so far. We've got a lot of people to get to, and I want to make sure we get to shred.com. So can you tell the people this amazing idea that he's coming up with? What are you doing, and where can they find it?
Well, essentially, you want to have a site that contributes all the third-party accessories on one site. Originally, I wanted to sell them all, but I don't want to step on vendors' toes, so I'm literally just going to link it to their site for free. I'm going to have numerous reviewers. Jeff McCosker is going to be helping me review the tires. We're going to have detailed reviews for every single product. Trail maps eventually, and online apparel shop with like community contributed designs, and then the money will go back to the people that contributed the designs, portion of the profits. So I'm really excited about that. It's actually shredco.com.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Shred.com
Shredco.
with 2 Ds.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got
and
it.
then people can have sneak access right now. I said originally only the .pros had access, but if you use the password on the website, stay pro, all one word, lowercase, you can enter the site. And if you add 5 shirts to your cart, you'll get one of those for free with the discount code STAYPRO, all one word.
So Belly's going to do that right now. He's going to type in Stay Pro, and we're just going to go. So you go to shredco.com.
/collections will take you right to the store.
And then boom, look at this. Your source for everything one wheel. Because it's true. You might want something from the Float Life. You might want something from OW Armor. You might want something from Craft and Ride or whoever it is, John Rambo. And so what he's doing is he's creating a marketplace with everything.
Yeah. The whole point is supposed to be like an unbiased review site as well. So like you're not getting biased reviews. There are reviews from multiple people for every single product. So you get a nice mix. I do want to say the site is just a shell right now. The only thing really up there is like the pages, which are all blank, and then the shop for the apparel. And I just need some more sales to come through to help fund the developing for the trail map section and whatnot. But it should be up and running by the new year.
So that's pure go get your stoke on, people, because you should be going to do this right now. So if you weren't listening, shredco.com.
Get out there.
The password stay pro. And then you're in, then bye, baby.
That's fantastic.
And Shred has 2 Ds just because I'm weird like that.
Shred has like 2 Ds. You got to go.
Very good. Okay, Bradley Michael Spence. Anything else before we let you go? Where are you? Where in the world is Bradley Michael Spence?
I'm in San Jose, but I'll be in Santa Barbara later today, actually.
I'm so jealous. I'm just so jealous.
Sorry, Santa Barbara tomorrow. I'm in San Francisco later today. I don't even know where I am.
Not even Bradley Michael Spence knows where he is. He can't even find himself.
Let's get this kid an assistant. He needs one. Jesus. Brad, thanks for joining us.
I just want to give a shout out as well to Jeff McCosker. He's been really good to me, and him and Raquel put me up in their house when I was in Sacramento. Super generous. They're some of the best people I've ever met. So thank you, Jeff. You're an awesome dude. He's also giving away a Cush pad for anyone that places an order from now till Monday. They get entered in to win a Cush pad from Jeff. So.
Boom.
Look at that.
And Ian Johnson. Yeah.
All right, Bradley Michael Spence. Thank you, buddy. You have done a wonderful job. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Okay, bud?
Have a great holiday, fella.
There he goes.
You too, guys.
All right. Thanks, Brad. We appreciate you, man. You are the best. Thank you so much. Belly, if you could let him go, I want to let you guys know that you can, of course, see McCosker's stuff at thefloat.life, and that's awesome. He's giving away a Cush pad. A lot of good stuff happening there. I also want to tell you about OWArmor.com. They have a Black Friday deal going on. November 19th through the 25th. They're going to be giving off sidewinders for 30% off. You can get a Cobra grip pad for 20% off and a Nuke night wrap for 20% off. It's all over there at OWArmor.com. This is all happening, and it's happening fast. I don't have time for a break yet. I need to get to Copy. Can you get Copy on here, bud?
Got it.
Because I want to talk to him, and I want to tell you guys what we're going to be doing in the Weekly One Wheel Challenges coming up here this week. It's going to be a whole new thing. We've got a whole new edit from Amanda Thompson to do.
I'm guessing you mean on Skype, right?
I'm backed up. I'm backed up, Belly.
No, you better call the doctor.
They make pills for that. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm having a blast with you guys. So what we're gonna do, we'll get Copy in here, and then I do want to get to what we're gonna be doing in the challenges. But this new Gemini stuff, guys, it's so much fun. Like, if you haven't tried it yet, I know there are people out here that are worried about that.
I think this
personally, I'm worried about that. That is him. I will tell you my thoughts on why, but I just want to stick to Stoke. I really do, for a little bit. I want to start today entirely with Stoke, because this is a really cool thing that Future Motion did for us. We didn't have to pay anything. We didn't have to do anything. We had to just hit a button on our phone, and all of a sudden my board rides brand new. And that's exciting. Like, that's really cool. So I hear him on there. If you can go ahead and hit that video button, Copy, so that we can see your beautiful mug.
The most beautiful mug.
Hit the video button. There he is. Put him on there.
Turn it back on. It should be on.
Got it.
It is on. You look great. What's up, dude? Talk to me. Copy. Invitation from the social media lounge. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
How are you doing? We've got Jonathan Stock calling in on the line, and I think he wants to probably talk to you. Belly, see if he wants to come on the air. Just see what he wants. Copy, what do you think of Gemini, dude?
I absolutely love it, man. I think it's a night and day difference. So I was out testing it a little bit, and I would take the same little spot, and I would switch from mission to delirium to custom settings. I mean, and it was an instant feeling.
Can you tell us what you found to be best for you so far? Because I think you're kind of a unicorn.
Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit weird. I know a lot of people have their trucks loose and have the aggressiveness turned up. And I think that's because in the setting it says, it says loose. But if you turn the aggressiveness down, you still get a super loose, floaty feel. And then I like to turn the tightness of the trucks up. So that way, it kind of gets a little squirrely sometimes, but it's like a sports car, basically. I can whip around my 180s way faster than I ever could before with no scraping the ground of the nose.
I tried your what kind of nose settings are you rocking? Like, are you going nose up, nose down?
My nose is up 0.5%, and I have my aggressiveness at 1 and my tightness at about 4 or 5.
Wow. Okay.
Jonathan Stock says he's got 7 minutes.
Get in here. What would you say? Do it on air.
Jonathan Stock says he's got 7 minutes. He wants to know if you want to talk.
Go ahead, Stock. Get in here with me, you, and Copy. Is he ready to be picked up?
Now he is.
Jonathan Stock along with Copy. John, what's up, dude?
Just trying to stay safe out here in Denver.
Is this safe? Is this Johnny's safety?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No, it's not. I'll tell everybody what we're talking about. That's an inside joke. All right. So, John, what's up? Did you call in to tell us that you're trying to stay safe?
I am trying to stay safe out here.
Copy's making faces at you.
It's very, very easy. And everyone should be wearing helmets and safety equipment. And we're doing a group ride on Friday where we're meeting at Safety Hill.
This is Johnny Safety. He's a new character on the show. Johnny Safety, everybody. Thank you, John. We appreciate you. Copy, is there anything you want to ask him or talk to him about?
What's up, Jonathan? I mean, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but he's a wild man.
Gemini is awesome.
Gemini, tell us, Johnny Safety, why is Gemini awesome? Copy, stay right there. I got you, bud.
I think Gemini is really good because you can set it to all sorts of different modes. So if you tip too far, you can make it butterier, and then it's smoothier when you ride, so you don't tip as much.
This guy.
And then alternately, if you can't lean very far, you can set it to tight turn and then only do a short little turn to lean the turn. It's kind of awesome.
This guy just calling in from Denver. I love it. Thanks, dude. We appreciate you. I'll talk to you until 3 o'clock in the morning another night here this week. You ready for it?
Have fun with Gemini.
Bye, buddy. Johnny Safety.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. What the hell was that? Put him in timeout. I love you, John. He
has to go to work. He's got to get in here before he goes.
Well, copy. We're trying. You like the nose up?
Yes, I like the nose up a little bit because I do a lot of curb nudges, and it just that little bit of extra clearance, you can really feel it. And I've had a couple people do the same settings, and people that have not been able to nudge before was able to nudge instantly.
I went out and tried it. I went out. I talked to Copy, my man right here, and I said, "Hey, man, what do you think of this Gemini stuff? It's been a little rainy. I haven't had a chance to try it out. I've had some weddings." And then he told me some things. I went out and tried it.
Didn't it snow the day Gemini came out here?
Yeah, it snowed on Gemini Day for us. Wonderful. But I finally got out a chance to try it, and he's right. I've never landed a full curb nudge. Never done it. Still didn't get it. But it was a lot easier. I was way closer. Way closer. So I agree. Nose up definitely helped with that. Copy, I got to let you go. We've got a lot of stuff going on today. I really appreciate you. And
we'll be showing you a review of Gemini in a little bit.
In fact, you want to show that right now?
Yeah, we can jump right into it.
So
awesome. Thanks, guys.
Do you want to just preview it for the people? Just give it a little tease?
Yeah, all right. So then it was freezing rain here, so I couldn't do too much, but I went out and I shot a little quick review of it, my first initial opinions and thoughts, and also how to update your board it's mainly a video for newer riders, I would say.
Cool. How long are we thinking? 2 minutes? I'm down. Let's take a quick break.
2 minutes long.
Copy,
2 minutes,
thank
15
you.
seconds maybe.
I'm down with it. What's your, let's shout out his, is it One Wheel With Me?
It's One Wheel With Me, but it'll be changed to Wheel With Me, so I don't get shut down.
Makes sense.
It's just YouTube will not let me change right now.
Yeah, fantastic. And then there's another one that you do that like supports you guys with purple mattresses and all kinds of stuff. What's that one?
Jamie and Josh.
Jamie and Josh. How do you spell Jamie? Isn't it a little funky?
No.
How do you spell Jamie? Isn't it a little funky? Is it Jay?
Jamie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Jamie and Josh on YouTube. Thank you, JB. We'll talk to you soon.
Reviews and stuff. Thank you, man, for having me on.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Yeah, anytime. You are the man. Let's go ahead and show.
Have a great holiday, and we'll show the review.
JB, take a safety break for us, okay? For us and Johnny Safety.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right, there he goes. Wonderful job, Copy. This is his review. Quick explanation and review of Gemini.
What's up, everyone? So I am currently standing outside right now in the freezing rain because I had to come try out the brand new update to the Onewheel, the new Gemini firmware, where we finally get custom digital shaping. It's something the community's been asking for a very long time, and they finally brought it to us. I know there's a few other things that the update has, not really positive of them right now, but what I'm really concerned about is the custom digital shaping. And then if you go inside of it here, there's a few things that you can change. You can change the carvability, the stance profile, and the aggressiveness. The carvability is pretty cool, so that'll let you change whether you want loose trucks or really tight trucks. And then you can change the stance profile. That's pretty weird, but also very interesting. You can change whether you want the tail to ride high or the nose to ride high. So if you want like elevated mode and you're riding a lot of tough trails, maybe you want to ride your nose up a little high, or if for some reason you got a board that the nose already rides high and you don't like the pushback when the nose rides high, maybe you can have the tail ride a couple notches high, a couple degrees high or something, and to level it out. Not really sure about that one. Going to be something you're going to have to go out and test out for yourself. And then the aggressiveness. You can change whether you want it mellow or aggressive. So I kind of think that's probably something like Delirium. Right now I've got turned all the way up to 11, and then you can hear the motor just like you can in Delirium. And then when you turn it down to mellow, that goes away. But like I said, it's freezing rain right now, so I don't trust myself. I don't want to slip on any black ice or anything, so I can't really test out these modes too much today. But definitely go ahead and update yours and let me know down in the comments what you think. What's your favorite custom profile? But to update your board, it's super simple. You go in and make sure your board's plugged into the wall, and then log into the app, and then it'll guide you right through everything that you have to do. Basically, just make sure your phone has enough battery to do it. And like I said, your board has to be plugged in. Update it, boom. But go outside and float and test these modes out, and let me know what your favorite mode is down below. Peace, guys.
Thanks again to Copy Imitation, JB, all over the social media lounge. Wonderful job with his review, and appreciate Bradley Michael Spence. Where in the world is BMS? It's a new game that we're playing here at TTR Studios, along with Who's Getting Shot in the Face?
Apparently me.
Yeah, you are. Woo! You guys see this shit? I mean, let me just say right now, you're in trouble. If you're in the social media lounge, we're serving Nerf rival shots to the face. This thing is so badass, and what we wanted to do, I'll get to that in a second. Welcome back, folks! God, I'm so glad to be here. Oh, this is a fun show today.
So far, so good. We've already had like 3 guests and phone calls and strangers and anyone's calling in. It's
Who is that random-ass kid from Alabama that said the phone call was from Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
What was that?
Troll. Internet trolls.
It looked like Copy was floating during that video, didn't it?
Copy 100% was on the one wheel going back and forth while doing the review. That is skill, folks. If you can't pull that off, also check in with Copy and he'll help you out.
All right, so Belly's going to go ahead and get the next guest on the line. It will be our senior correspondent from above the way. That is Sean Nelson. He'll be joining us from the British Columbia here in just a minute. We are really just floating along here. He is on the line. Sean Nelson is here joining us now. What's up, dude?
Not too much. How you guys doing?
Whoa, we are great. You are loud. You are very verbose, and it's fantastic. Good to see you, man. What are you up to in there? You at work right now?
I am indeed.
Well, hit me with Gemini Stoke. Are you loving it? You digging it? You hating it?
I'm loving it. I think it's great, actually. I maybe have had... I'm going to say maybe 25, 30 miles total on it since they released the update there, maybe even a little bit less. But I really, really liked everything about it. They definitely eased the pushback off, which was much welcomed by everybody in the community.
Wait, no, I've only ridden a little bit. Is that the case? They eased the pushback off?
Yeah, it definitely kicks in a teeny bit later, and it doesn't have that sort of uppity initiation there. It sort of smoothly rolls up there. It's a little more subtle than the XR, so definitely no downsides to it from what I've seen so far.
What do Belly? What's on his shirt?
I'm seeing TTR. I know that studio.
Hey, very nice.
It's the Canadian TTR shirt here.
Yeah.
I've already got a T. Go ahead.
It's a little bit budget, but you know, we're making it work.
It's looking great. 100%.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you, man. All right, let's send him Clyde. Can you send him a shirt?
That dang intern finally came back to us.
Clyde, our intern, is back. Clyde, go ahead and send him. No, they're in the break room. Whatever, send it to Canada. Clyde.
Get to work.
God bless America, Clyde. That's why we had to fire him. He's back. He needs his credits for it. All right, Sean. What did you think? What's a different thing that you haven't heard people been talking about with Gemini? I mean, obviously you can, customize the shapings, but what's something that maybe is a unique perspective that you might have on it?
One thing I definitely noticed is I run my dog a lot on the one wheel. So when we leave the front of the house there, he's in high gear and he's amped up and he hauls ass. He does, I don't know what it converts to in miles an hour, but he runs about 25 kilometers an hour beside me with the leash in his mouth, just hauling ass for the first maybe 5-6 blocks, something like that. Not miles an hour, sorry, kilometers an hour. And as soon as he kind of loses his first burst of wind there, he slows down a little bit. And that's when I actually turn around and I ride switch a lot. So one thing I noticed when I turned around after I just turned the board on, I set it to, I think aggression was maybe around 5 or 6. Board level was 0 and carvability. I messed around with a bunch of it there, but the carvability didn't really affect what I noticed. I noticed that the board rides almost the same. I can't even tell the difference forward to backwards. With the XR before, when I turn around and ride backwards or switch, whichever one you want to call it, I definitely noticed that the board did not have the same handling characteristics and the nose rode lower. I guess it was the tail. Now when I turn around and ride it switch, I don't notice any difference at all. It feels like the board acts identical front to back, regardless of which direction. And that's quite a accomplishment for future motion in my eyes, given how much heavier the tail of the XR is to the nose there. So I really, really like that. I think it's great all around.
So do you now? I'm doing a little production behind the scenes. Did you, to start that off, did you say that you've been riding with the custom shaping of the nose up or down to make that happen?
Level, actually.
Level. Okay, level. Good to hear.
I briefly raised it up because that's kind of what I was used to.
Sure.
And I like how level it is. It feels like it rides low to me compared to what the old settings were. But at 0, I think it rides awesome.
All right, I'm going to have to go ahead and bring out my opinion now with Sean on because I want him to comment on this. It has a lot to do with riding switch.
Okay.
I have been riding in the way that is completely like loose carving all the way to the left. I've got aggressiveness all the way up to 11. So all the way left on the top, all the way right on the bottom.
You need to tone it down.
But tone it down. But I actually have my nose riding up 0.5. And it's fucking amazing. Game changer. Game changer.
Nose, I've never seen.
Nose up.
Most people have been riding down or.
Right. But okay, let's mute him. That's how he's working too. But what I wanted you guys to know is that you don't. When you ride with the nose up, it doesn't make you feel Captain Morgan-y. It's not like riding with pushback. In fact, it feels a little level. But what I noticed is when I ride switch, so think about it like this. If my hand is the front of the board and I'm riding nose up, when I'm riding switch and I'm looking this way now, it's almost like it's raised a little bit in the back, which gives me almost the identical confidence in stability that a concave pad would in the back. Because my front is raised, when I ride switch, so the front is in the back raised, I feel more confident. Does that make sense?
Sure, I guess so. I mean, if it's raised in the back, I would think that, if you turned around and rode it, it would actually raise at 0.5 in the front and you'd be getting more of a mirrored feeling.
I don't know. I don't know if I didn't feel like it to me. And that's why I wanted to go ahead and ask you guys. Like, I want to know, raise the board and then ride and switch. Does it raise the switched front? I don't think so. I think it keeps the front raised, which is now your back, and gives you almost a concave feeling like you've got more support on your back switch foot, which really helps because you're riding goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So I loved that. And like when I was doing like little like Burmese tricks, I don't do tricks. Like I'm not Sean Nelson. Sean Nelson's a freaking one-wheel god when it comes to parking blocks. Okay. This guy knows what he's doing. I watch him and I marvel at those things. But I noticed when my nose was up, I felt more like Sean Nelson, Jeff McCosker, Chris Richardson, Bodie, whoever, Rachel, Cecil, Diesel, who cares?
You're saying they're even in the field by changing the settings, eh?
I'm evening the playing field. I'm coming after you guys with my nose raised. It's allowing me to do more things, like clear things and just feel more tricky, I guess.
That makes sense that you'd have more range because the nose is up, so you'd have more down throw, whereas if you came into a curb, typically with the nose down, you don't have that amount of throw. So that's one thing I noticed messing around with the aggressiveness on the board. I always ride Delirium just kind of by default. I actually learned a lot of my tricks in Mission because I thought Delirium was too sensitive, but I think that was just a function of my skill level back then. So I learned almost all of my tricks in Delirium, and when I got the update, I brought it down and turned all the power way down, and I noticed the same thing. There was a lot more range of motion, and I could throw the board around a lot more before the motor came on with a ton of power.
That's what I'm trying to explain. Thank you, Sean. That's what I'm trying to,
like it opens. Like it opens your window of time to complete that maneuver. It gives you a little more time to jump instead of with Delirium and the board being so twitchy and so sensitive. When you hit that curb, push the board, jump and unload, it all has to happen in a really fine window. When you turn the aggressiveness down there, I feel like you have to make a more exaggerated move because the board is less sensitive, but at the same time, it gives you a larger window or moment in time to do whatever you're trying to do, whether it's nudge up a curb or...
Speaking to that window, Sean, the only other thing, and JB alluded to it, copy, he was saying that when you have your nose raised just a hair, when you do a 180, and when you do a 180, you typically have a tendency to scrape the nose if you're a little bit front heavy. And this, I was the same front heavy on accident, and my nose didn't touch at all, just from that little tweak.
Yeah, definitely. The aggressiveness and that pitch, I found. I'm really used to delirium, and I turned everything way down and started doing 180s in the parking lot. And I would turn around and switch directions so fast that the board just said, "Nope, get off," and it would just dump me over and over again because I'm used to having that much power and aggression. So I lean aggressively, and the board steps in and picks me up. On the lower power settings, the board says, "Get off."
From the social media lounge, Belly.
It's harder to veto tail drag when at 11 aggressiveness.
Yeah, it's because your braking power is cranked right up.
Sean, explain to the people what a veto tail drag is, please, before we let you go.
Vito, the owner operator. Vito, he's what is it? He just hauls ass and just throws that tail down and just hammers it into the ground. He's actually the first one I saw doing it, and I brought it to my group and started riding up behind TJ and David and slamming the tail down super hard, and they all looked at me like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Isn't that what you were doing?
Honoring Vito.
Yeah, isn't that what you were doing with Ryan's bumpers?
Ryan Sean Smith, yes. I was slamming the tail down and then letting the bumpers catch on the ground and just kind of rolling with it, and I was having a blast, man. It was phenomenal.
Ryan, I like doing that too. It's hard on your float plates, but
it is. But if you have bumpers from carbon-smith.com, then you can actually do that all you want. Sean, thank you for joining us from Canada, dude. I got to get you out of here. Is there anything you want to leave the people with?
My pleasure. Just so I want to say I'm really stoked that Future Motion came out with this software update and are seemingly not trying to alienate their customer base anymore, but actually saying, "Hey, we want you guys. We need you." All of that. I'm just feeling the stoke and looking really forward to January. There, I feel like they've got. Feel like they might have a bit of a game changer around the corner for us, or maybe that's just my wishful thinking.
Sean Nelson from Canada, dude, thank you so much. We can't wait to see what else you come up with up there. We love you, and we just appreciate you, bud. Thanks for joining us. The professor.
TTR.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great holiday.
Well done. Great job, buddy. Happy Turkey Day to all of you guys out there as well. I'm not going to go to another break today. I don't have time for it. I've got too much to do, Belly. Are these shirts from the Social Media Lounge, are these TTR shirts available at shredco.com?
They're trying to figure that out.
Get out of here.
And
We're
Bradley
working
Michael
on
Spence is working on it.
I got to stop yelling into the microphone. Get out of here. Yeah, actually, if Brad will have us, we would love that. I have shirts made. I have like 25, 50 shirts that are made. I can make more. In fact, why don't we talk to somebody who's wearing one? You want to get Chris Richardson in here? Let's get him.
Got it.
Let's get C. Rich. Thank you, Belly. This is one of Belly's most things to do in the production realm today.
But the real trick of all this is that Adam really set up all these calls and pre-screened all these calls and talked to all these people before we even got going today. So basically, all day to get going and spend hours on the phone and Skype with people, that's all Luch. I just get to push the click. I just get to click play and click call. So
I appreciate. I can't do this without you, man. So thank you very much. That's nice of you to say. We have been working really hard on this show. We kind of feel it. Have you guys noticed that the show is changing? It's not a radio show anymore. It's very much visual, and I'm fine with that. Like, I'm okay with that. I want you guys to enjoy what we're doing here, and if it means playing more videos and spreading the stoke, that's what I'm here for, and I'm all for it.
Sir, can you please turn down your radio?
Yeah, we're going to need you to turn your radio there down, so we're getting some feedback.
And then camera, if we have you available.
What is going on with Skype in Florida? My God.
Yeah, Skype's got gray screen right now.
We can't see you. Hit your video button. We'll get you in here in a second. While he's doing that, Belly, just go ahead and set him up. Yeah. I don't know.
That's different than I've ever seen.
Here he comes. There he is. There he is. There he is. What's up? Chris Richardson joining us now from Florida. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Thanks for joining us, man. That is a beautiful looking shirt you got there. I'm loving it. Where did you get? Did you get that at shredco.com?
Yes. No, I did not.
Not yet.
So look, I'm wearing.
It was flown to me by my sponsor.
That's us. We're very much glad to have you. We're wearing his shirt right now. This is Chris Richardson. Chris, this is you, and it's drawn by Ori Rush, creator of the Flight Fins.
That's Ori's original art. They're used with permission. That's why the shirts are not for sale. They were just a limited edition that I made for a few folks at Boat Life Fest.
It's got Chris Richardson on the back. It's got TTR Studios on the back. I know you can't see it, but it's got our logo. It's got Chris. I'm loving it, dude. So way to go. What do you think about Gemini, dude? Let's talk.
I absolutely love it. I mean, I'd like a couple of more little options, but very few people would care about the options I would want on there.
So greedy, Chris. You're so greedy.
Exactly. Yeah, right. I mean, I'm never satisfied. Never completely satisfied. Let's talk about what we did get, which is awesome. Now, I posted a review of Gemini right as it first came out, and in my review, I said that I didn't even know what the carvability thing would do. I couldn't feel the difference because aggression makes such a big difference that the carvability stat is kind of subtle. And so I'm going to share one of my favorite things to do with Gemini. Everybody's got their own opinions on what to do, but one of my favorite things to do with Gemini is crank everything down, well, except for your board level, but crank carvability all the way to loose and crank aggression all the way down. And I'm thinking that is kind of like a training mode. So I'm going to kind of build off of what Sean Nelson was saying, where he was talking about how aggression is really stiff when you land on something, and it really kind of kicks you back up to level. Take that opposite concept and crank it all the way down. And I like to think of it as like a training mode. Like when you land on it, you have to control the board a little bit more. Instead of letting the board control you, you need to control the board, because otherwise you're going to find the nose crams into the ground more often and things like that. So learn to balance yourself. It's good for getting a better control of the board.
Chris, are you saying that that's with the aggressiveness all the way down or all the way up?
To 1, all the way down.
All the way down.
He's grabbing the board by the reins.
Yeah, and he's not letting it help him. He's doing all the helping with his body when the aggressiveness is all the way down.
So that's not going to be optimal for most situations. Some people were saying they really like that with all the way carvability down and regression all the way down because it feels very floaty. It does to me. But when I'm riding off-road, if I'm just trying to ride on the grass, it doesn't have enough pickup to go through those little bumps and
Correct.
the squishiness of the grass.
Correct.
You want a little more aggression, at least like 4.
Something I noticed.
If I'm really practicing, I'll try it all the way down just for fun.
Absolutely. And something that I noticed for sure is that, all right, let's do this with you on the air. Real quick, I'm worried about this. Does anybody else have the worry that these boards weren't originally made with the intent to have customized tweaking? Because I'm like, look, guys, where's my guy? Belly, where's the statue? Is he around? We threw him last show. That's right. We launched him. I have a statue in here just to fight away all of the bad luck technology demons. Because the more you mess with stuff, the more they like to mess up.
He obviously wasn't working, and now it's working great.
It's because I threw his ass into the corner. Now, if that's the case, I'm wondering, do you guys ever think about the fact that maybe customizing and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking the internals of the board over and over again on a board that wasn't originally made to do that might actually cause some problems?
I don't at all, because like Julian said at Float Life Fest, he said that it calculates about 18,000 times per second. So it's basically taking all the factors from all the sensors on the board, calculating it 18,000 times per second to balance you and adjust and all that. So you changing one thing is like one cycle basically to the computer. Computer don't care. Computer's just going to keep cranking and doing its thing. If you get a failure, it's going to be catastrophic and everything's going to fail. And I don't think you changing those variables is going to do anything to that.
So talk to me about somebody who might be a little bit more worried and concerned about going ahead with that firmware update. There's a lot of issues that have come with firmware updates in the past. Maybe their charge and ride might not work. Maybe something might brick. Haven't seen any kind of horror stories from this new firmware update. What would you have to say about somebody who might be a little bit more worried about seeing if any kinks are worked out?
I did all of my boards except for one board that I had set aside that I was going to sell. And I'm actually going to go back to that board and kind of compare the two. If you have multiple boards, just do one and then go play with it. And then just for fun, go back to your other, go try back and forth and see if you can notice a difference. A lot of people are noticing a big difference, even in Mission and Delirium, between the previous and now. I haven't messed with those, so I can't comment on that. As soon as we went to Gemini, I've been all on Gemini and playing with that. But play with it. But so far, I have not heard of any bricks, any problems, nothing but good so far with Gemini. And it's been out for a few days, and there's been a lot of miles put on it. I've got nothing but good things to say about Gemini so far.
So we're firing them off quick. What are your ideal settings, Chris?
There is none, and that's what's so great about Gemini. There is no ideal one setting. It's going to be a variety. And like I just said, one of my favorites now that I've been playing with, and I rode this morning doing slides on the slick block made by Copy, thank you Copy, is all the way down. And that feels like I've got to work a little bit harder because I feel like if I can do things with everything cranked all the way down, it's going to be even easier if I crank it up.
Have you noticed that? Have you tried it then with all the way up and seen proof that it is easier that way?
Yeah, it does, because too much, and you can kind of get what Sean Nelson's talking about, where it's really aggressive. I keep using that word. It's just a really good word. They call it aggression. The lap really kind of keeps you balanced. And when I want a little bit more of that, I'll turn it up. It does seem to consume more battery if you crank it all the way up. That's the only downside, really. But yeah, so if I'm playing around on grass and I want kind of an optimal mix, I still so far I'm liking the carvability all the way down for almost everything. I really haven't found anything where I want it up too much.
No, me neither.
It may be in grass sometimes if I find that my nose is still hitting the ground with a higher aggression, then try turning it up. That might be the best indicator I can tell people is if you feel like your nose is hitting the ground, like on hard turns and maybe in grass or dirt, and when you feel like it shouldn't be, try turning the carvability a little bit tighter and try turning the aggression up a little bit. Other than that, I would say ease it down and see how you like the more floaty feeling and where the board has more control, where you have more control instead of the board controlling you.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much, Chris. People are asking where they can. Apparently, people want these T-shirts now. I'm going to have to get them out there.
I do see this. We were talking about ideal settings, but they want ideal settings specifically for tricks.
All right, I got to go fast. You know what? Maybe we might go a little bit long today, Chris. If you're going to be doing tricks,
started a little late.
We did start a little late. So if you're going to be doing tricks and throwing some Chris Richardson specials, what's the best setting?
If I was going to be on a parking block, I would raise the nose a little bit. And I would have my aggression maybe 5, and the carvability still I would want it really low. I think I would want it maybe all the way down or a little bit up. And then for flat ground tricks, I would want the board flat. And if it's concrete, I would have a carvability all the way down and aggression maybe 4. So that gives you an idea of the kind of the range I've been playing with so far. After a few weeks, maybe I can nail down some more concrete numbers that'd be good for certain situations.
And the bonks for you, where's your nose at?
All right, raise your tire pressure and raise your nose as much as you can stand it.
What else do you want, folks?
That will raise your run.
I mean, we've got the professor already taken. What else do we got? I mean, this is the the technician. Chris Richardson is the technician. Very nicely done. Chris, thank you very much. Give him a social media lounge applause.
Thanks as always, Chris. You're the man.
Appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. He's out. Who's in? Get McCosker in here. Let's go. I'm running out of time. Let's see if we can get Jeff. Holy hell, today is rolling fast. And it's been fun. While we're doing that, let me go ahead and say a couple things.
So I'm going to go overseas.
I got to go overseas to Rich. I haven't got Rich Jones. Get rich. Get rich. That's fine. While we're doing that, I want to tell you guys about Troy Hendrick, a.k.a. Once Year. He's with Hendrick and Henry Law in Float, Atlanta, Georgia. He's fighting for the rights of all you one-wheelers and e-skaters, bicyclists, and all personal transportation device riders out there. So if you've been injured or you're fighting the law from a citation or arrest, hit up www.hendrickhenrylaw.com or just message Troy on Facebook. His name is Once Year. Let's go across the pond to Rich Jones, ladies and gentlemen, who needs to hit his video button, but I think we can still hear him. Rich, what's up, dude?
Yeah, how are you guys? Just trying to.
Good, and we're getting your boom. Okay.
There he is. We're doing wonderful. Thanks for joining us from, are you in London?
Yeah, London, UK.
Hell yeah. Now, when we did our drinking special where we got hammered on an online party right here, I believe this is the man who took a nap so he could wake up at midnight, get hammered with us, and then go teach at 6 a.m. Is that you, sir?
That is right, yeah. It was a bad day, man, a bad day.
God bless. That is the best day you've had in a while. Don't lie to us, Rich. Tell me about Gemini, man. You loving it?
Yeah, loving it. It's a game changer for me.
Well, why?
I'm not a light guy, so I normally ride Delirium anyway, but I'm from a very big surf skate background. So I never really liked the way Delirium wouldn't give me the carb. And just being able to crank that carb down, -3, -4, and have it on 11, it's a game changer.
He's like me. I'm on -5, up 0.5 with the nose, and then all the way up on aggressiveness. But I want to ask you, Rich, when you engage the board, you know that little click that you feel under your feet?
Yeah.
Right? When you're in aggressiveness all the way up to 11, that click is massive. And when when you're all the way down, you don't even feel it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. I mean, I've always rode Delirium. So I was used to that sort of click, but it does seem stronger on 11.
It's strong, dude, to the point where I actually tried
put
to...
it on and feel it.
I'm sorry, what'd you say there?
Yeah, you just step on and you can feel it.
Immediately. And what I actually found was... my ability to go from goofy, stop, and then ride regular again, to basically change directions without putting the board down, that click is ready to really it almost dropped me off the... One time it actually dropped me off the board. It was like Once you get to like 0 miles an hour, it's ready to turn off. What's going on in the social media?
From the
lounge?
social media lounge, they call that the delirium growl.
The delirium growl. It's real, dude. It is for real.
So it's a game changer, I think.
Well, I'm glad you did it, and I'm wondering what type of terrain you're riding on. Are you more street, you trails? What are you doing?
Commute every day. Now it's raining. I badgered the old one wheel up, so still able to commute. That's mainly street and pavement, but our pavements are so crap. It's like being on a trail anyway. Then we do a lot of grass and trail riding.
Well, we know Future Motion listens to this show. We're going to get them on. Actually, very exciting news. We're going to have them on after Thanksgiving. Wanted to see what you wanted. If you wanted to say something to them, use this platform to do it. What would you have to say to them after this update?
Well, just keep going the same. I mean, I know a lot of people are moaning that they haven't got exactly what they wanted, but I mean, this has got to be a great step in the right direction, surely. I mean, it makes the board feel like a different board. It's like having a new board underneath your feet.
And I gotta be honest,
if they can keep doing that, then yeah, keep going. We know that they've got their problems. We know that the customer service is shit. I mean, people over here dread ever having to send anything in.
That's true. I mean, with the overseas shipping costs and
I don't even know.
They
have a guy that we're going to use instead, I think. So, who's probably listening? Shout out to Patrick there.
No, don't say his name. He's going to get a cease and desist.
Not full name, just a random guy.
It's not his real name either.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Alias.
Very good. All right, Rich.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's the doctor.
He is. Yes, he's now the doctor calling us from London. Thank you, dude. We appreciate you getting up. What time is it there?
No, I've just got home from work, man. It's 5 o'clock in the.
All right, not too bad.
All right, well, tip one up for us. What are you gonna?
Home from work.
What can the social media lounge drink along with you? What are you about to drink for happy hour?
Oh, happy hour. It's got to be tequila.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
there you go.
I love this guy. I love him. Rich,
Always.
thanks, dude. We appreciate you, bud. What'd you say there?
Or whiskey.
Or
More
whiskey. That's for Amanda Thompson, who we have to get to. I'm going to let him go. Rich, thank you. Very nicely done, sir.
Appreciate you, sir.
All right, buddy. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Let's get McCosker in here now if we can. And then I've got to tell you guys what we're doing in the weekly one-wheel challenges. Shit's going down. Shit's going down. How about we take a safety break all together? That was from the social media lounge. I agree. We should do that. I don't think I can do that on air, but let's just take a minute while we're getting McCosker on. Everybody grab your device, grab your air pressure tire device, whatever you want. It looks like Jeff isn't going to be able to join us here. He's putting together those cush pads for you this morning. We were going to try them, and if he's available, we'll get them. Jeff, if you're listening, feel free to Skype in anytime between now and the end of the show. Whew. Belly, this has been a fun one today.
Take a breath.
Man.
I want to take a second. As someone who's an outside perspective, obviously, as someone who doesn't ride very often, who gets to ride occasionally when Luch is feeling the need to get out on the egg or the something different.
The unicycle or the Rad Mini.
Yeah. From my perspective, it seems like Future Motion really took advantage of maybe talking to people throughout the race for the rails, talking to people through Float Life Fest, talking to people in general when they're sending in their boards for issues, because it really seems like they've given this option really comes from the community, kind of.
I think that's what we can take away from this is that they're listening, right? I mean, you can have your complaints all you want, but they're listening. And I mean, that's big. You don't even have to go out and buy a new board. Everybody's sitting here waiting for a new board to be released. Look, I'm not saying they're not going to. I don't know if they are or not. Are you sure they're going to come out with a new board? Because if they're doing this, like, I don't know. Do I want a new board?
Do they need to? Do they need one so soon when they can really take this initiative and move forward from the customer service perspective of this?
Well, put what they're doing together, right? They bought new offices, Belly. They've got new offices. They're clearly growing in the right direction.
Yep.
Okay. They've got 3 different versions of boards out there. Now we're talking about custom shaping all the way just through the firmware. And I'm guessing these guys they're starting to figure it out, is what it seems like.
Yeah.
And if they got to take some time and give us some updates so that our boards can still ride fresh, we can have something new, we don't have to pay anything extra for it, all while they figure out their customer service side of things. Hey, man.
As soon as they announce that they have a vendor overseas that can repair those boards without sending them all the way back to California, I think that's like one of the biggest game changers there will be next.
Don't forget, from OWArmor.com, they are running Black Friday deals November 19th to 25th. Sidewinders, 30% off. Cobra Grip Pad, 20% off. Nuke Night Wrap, 20% off. Jeremy Gavin and everybody over at OWArmor.com. He runs the OG group. He is the OG. So thank you to him for doing that. We have to talk about what's going on in the weekly Onewheel challenges here.
What's happening?
What's happening? Things are happening. First of all, how bad do you think this gun would hurt just shooting? You guys want to see social media lunch? Would you like to see Belly shoot me with this gun? Here, I'll show you what it does. Hold on. Oh, how do you do this? Oh, it's already cocked. What's my camera?
Don't shoot your camera down, please. Ah! You would have broke the camera. Don't shoot at the camera ever again.
See what Nerf is doing these days? Look at this fucking thing. You guys are fucked. So I want to know how bad you think that hurts, and I will take a shot to the back from point blank range from Belly right here.
I hope it leaves a welt.
Scale of 1 to 10. How bad do you think this is going to hurt my back?
Scale of 1 to 10. How fast do you think I could shoot him as many times as possible?
So Belly's going to take one shot at me at the end of this. I want to know, do you think it's a 1, no pain at all? Do you think it's an aggressiveness of 10 where you think it's going to hurt really bad? We'll find out together. Belly, it's not cocked. I will hand it over to you. We'll do that in a minute. Can we take a second? Put that down. Jesus Christ. No, it's cocked.
I've been waiting my whole life.
All right,
for
let's
this.
just do it now. Just do it now.
Violence.
Wait, we've got more numbers coming in.
I don't
2,
like this violence. This is
7.
too,
Don't point it at me. Are we ready?
Well,
Hold on.
The one thing you don't do.
Hold
Look
on.
down the barrel.
Oh, God, all this.
Oh, God, that would have been terrible.
Ready? Are we going to my back?
Wherever you want it, girl.
I don't want it in the face.
This is getting weird now. Right in the right. Should I?
Belly, hit me in the face. No, ready? Hold on. Ow!
It didn't hurt.
No, actually, that hit me in the butt bone, right on the part that doesn't hurt. Pack that up again.
It was right where I was aiming.
Pack that up again while I'm talking to the people. So here's what we're gonna be doing. All right, the new weekly Onewheel challenges. This is what I want you to do. I want you to come up with your own character for the show. We're only doing this for 1 week.
What do you mean?
What you're going to do? He's being me right there. What do you mean? I do that all the time. What I would like for you to do, Jonathan Stock took an attempt at it earlier. You didn't realize probably what he was doing, but he called in as Johnny Safety.
Was he calling in as Johnny?
I don't know. I don't think he really. He didn't commit to the bit. I don't think he committed to the bit.
I think he was calling as Jonathan Stock.
Shoot me in the back.
I think it was more Stock.
You can't shoot me in the
I'm
hip.
good. I don't like shooting people.
Shoot me in the back.
Not that fun.
In the back.
All right. I don't know why you want this so bad.
Ow! That would hurt.
Good.
That would hurt. That was a 6. It's just I wasn't ready for it.
I want to get shot by it now.
You sure?
No. Where did you? No. What? Oh, crap.
Turn around.
Mine only has 5 bullets.
Turn around.
And now I'm 0.
I got 30. I picked this up before the show this morning. You're fucked, guy. Let's get him in the back.
Well,
Look, check this out, folks. This one's no joke.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Belly love.
It stings a little. I was expecting more.
1 out of 10. What is it?
Like a 4.
Dude, Nerf is stepping up their games. Look at this shit.
Nerf is violent.
Like,
okay?
they're it's all in this Nerf rival collection. There's all these types of guns that are like, Belly, are they accurate?
Oh, they're accurate.
They're accurate.
We were setting up targets around the house the other day.
We were having a good old time.
And we were nailing it.
It was a great time. So let's
we're just shooting Nerf guns in the house and getting off the Gemini. Need more Gemini.
Folks, take a page out of Bradley Michael Spence, out of his book, if you will. Maybe you could even say
the Bible of Bradley Michael Spence.
Maybe you could even say the Bible of Luch. Live your life however you want it.
Whoa.
Live your life however you want it. Really. I mean, if you want to go and take a 17-month trip, if you want to be Amanda Thompson and go on a tour of the East Coast, do it. Find a way to do it. If you want to quit your job and find a way to work way less hours doing something that you love more, figure out what you're good at and just spend an hour a day working on it. that alone will get you out of whatever rut it is that you're in. But I can't imagine you're in one because you ride a one wheel. So with that being said, I have like 10 more minutes up.
Or
for
your
people.
bearings are really messed up. That's a touchdown.
I had two weird things happen to me. Okay, I wanted to just address you guys real quick, and I'm only going to be able to do this for about 2 minutes, but I had a really weird thing happen to me the other day, Belly, and I wanted to kind of tell everybody.
I wouldn't believe that.
Now we're going into serious mode, if we can.
Serious.
All right?
Serious.
It's hard because he never knows if I'm joking or... it's going to be hard, but the truth is, this is actually kind of really cool that happened.
Ooh.
I had a dream.
Okay.
I know it's hard not to be silly, and that I set you up for that reason.
It's inside.
All right, here's what happened. I actually had a dream the other night, and it was, when you remember parts of your dream, I don't remember what board I was riding. I don't know if it was a one wheel. I don't know if it was a skateboard. I don't know if it was a snowboard. But I know I was riding a board, and for whatever reason, you know when something in your dream actually sticks with you and you can remember it? I remember the feeling of me dropping like a kickflip 180 off of like a kicker. So I was in the air and I did like a kickflip 180.
What were you riding?
And I don't know. I don't remember if it was a skateboard or a snowboard or if it was a one wheel. It doesn't matter.
Maybe it's a new board no one's ever seen. Yeah.
The point of this is, and maybe it is a new board.
Yeah.
But the point of what I'm trying to say is I was in a rut. Okay, I was in a bit of a rut because I wasn't looking forward to trying anything new. I feel like my weekly one wheel challenges haven't been very substantive lately. I'm in a rut because I've got all these weddings coming up, and I got to play piano, I got to play guitar each weekend, and I'm terrified of like breaking a wrist, spraining a wrist, and then having to what do you do there? I don't know what I can do. I mean, I have to give money back. I won't be able to play piano like that. So I haven't really been trying anything new, and I think I've also fallen a couple times. Belly, you've seen it.
Yeah. You came back the other day covered in mud.
Mud, blood, whatever. I've been riding a little bit. I'm not trusting my riding lately. I'm not mentally there. And so what happened was I had a dream where I did this kickflip 180. I was in like the terrain park, and I actually felt in my brain what it would feel like to do it. And then I went out and rode the next day, and I'm back, folks. I am back, and I cannot explain to you the importance of when you're trying something new. You have to see yourself doing it correctly in your brain first. Otherwise, you're just going to fail. If you're trying to do a 180 and you're sitting there and you're not getting it, just take a second and try to daydream, if you can, about accurately doing it.
And dream big.
Dream big. Because I will never do a kickflip 180 on any board. Let me tell you something right now. But in that dream, I did it, and I felt what it was like to go through it and to land it and have the confidence of doing it again and throwing it whenever I wanted in this dream. And then I went out riding the next day and was like, oh, shit. This is what it's like to feel confident on my board again. I miss this feeling. How did I lose it? And if you're feeling like that at all, I'm telling you, just sit down, meditate for 2 minutes. Just go over the trick, whatever you're trying to do in your head, and see yourself doing it the right way. I promise you it's going to help. Promise you it's going to help. Now, last thing we're going to do today is we're going to go back to the silly for the weekly one wheel challenges. With that being said, sports visualization, lots of books out there. Absolutely. That's 100% true. You got to visualize. I used to have Jeep dreams, and now they are one wheel dreams. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm right there with you. And I'm so glad you guys are with me too. Belly, let's pull up the 6-minute one. We're not going to do all 6 minutes, but what we have done is we have created, I want you guys, like we said, this show is starting to evolve. Okay. Belly is a character. He's very much like he is in real life, but his name's Matt LaBelle, and he is Belly on the show. Right? I
am Belly. And hear me roar.
On the show, he says and does some things that you might not hear him say or do in real life. Radio, I have a radio background. So what you do in radio, I don't know if you guys are Stern fans or whoever it is that you listen to, you probably have heard them do characters because you're not seeing them on the air. You're not seeing them, you're just hearing them. So if, for example, we do this, now you can't see us anymore. And if we were to do a character, I would love to hear what Kermit the Frog thinks about the Gemini app.
I think Gemini is just the next step forward for feature motion, and things are happening at a rapid pace. Their aggression is set to 12.
Okay, now this is an example of what I want to start doing. All right, now it doesn't matter that we're on the air and you can see us. We can do that still. We can still come up with characters. And Amanda Thompson has taken her first stab at it. She is going to be from the Float Queens. I believe it is Amanda Nomalopoulos. Is that what she came up with?
I can't pronounce it.
I don't know what she did. This is her and her roommate coming up with
characters
for the show that I can now call and say, let's go out to the field from a report for the Float Queens with Amanda Nomalopoulos or whatever the hell her name is. We'll all find out together.
Falopoulos?
My question to you is, who do you want to be? The Weekly Onewheel Challenges is going to be 1 minute only. In fact, you get 30 seconds. I'll give you a minute. You get 1 minute to submit a video in character of whatever character you want to be. Are you mad at me or are you just tired right now? You look really tired, mad on camera. You can't do that on camera. This is Belly on camera right now. Oh, God. So what I want you to do is submit videos of your best character. I'm talking to Jay and JB. I want them to be Grandma and Grandpa Onewheel. If they don't want to do it, somebody's got to do Grandma and Grandpa Onewheel, where we call you every week, or not every week. We just call maybe once a month, and we get you send me a video of you in character.
We need a doctor is what we need.
We need a Onewheel doctor. If you want to be the Onewheel doctor, but you have to have, you got to have like a stethoscope.
My official diagnosis of this board is that it's come from far away and it needs a little bit more adjustments.
You see, that is a perfect example of getting into character and then being that character on the show. So I want you to create your own characters, and then I want you to submit a up to 1 minute video on the Weekly Onewheel Challenges of you in that character. Talking to me about Gemini, talking to me about anything Onewheel related.
And don't be afraid to go all out. Do costumes, do props.
Feel free.
Any kind of if you have something that you think would make a great background.
Let's see what Amanda did.
Let's see what Amanda did. Oh, can you throw her volume up? From the beginning. There you go. All right, Amanda Thompson from the Float Queens.
Thank you, Luch. This is Amanda Sparkleopoulos.
Sparkle.
And I am Nikki. Some chick. Anyway, we're here to talk to you about girls on Onewheels. Oh, your pageant queen. You can't take this. Good, we're not supposed to take it seriously, Nicholas. My name is Nikki. We want to talk to you about Woman Crush Wednesday. We're using this hashtag to highlight one float queen every single week. So this week we had Kaylee Hurwitz, who lives in Florida. She's only been riding since June. Now, if you saw her at Float Life Fest, that might be hard to believe. She was the one riding around in a Batgirl cape. That's amazing. Which apparently is her dad's, but it's her dad's. It's hers. Fun fact about Kaylee. She was on America's Got Talent. We couldn't find any video footage of her actually on the show, but we did find some fun footage of her doing karaoke at Applebee's. I'm a queen. I don't go to Applebee's, but I would go to this Applebee's for Kaylee. I would go to this Applebee's for her. For Kaylee. You have to zoom in on your heart. I watch too much YouTube.
So that's an example of what we're talking about. Can we actually, they sent us some bloopers. First of all, phenomenal job. Amanda and Nikki, wonderful job.
Fantastic, because that's the effort we're looking for.
That's what I'm talking about. Get into character, go over the top with it. Let's see some bloopers.
Now, I would love, just from the views of that video, could you imagine the Onewheel medium?
Go ahead and hit here. Belly wishes that they were
kind of like a fortune teller or like a medium, someone that
the way that they were dressed up there. A Onewheel fortune teller would be a really funny character.
Yeah,
that's another example. So there's all kinds. You can be, like Grandma and Grandpa Onewheel could literally have a segment where they send me a video called "Get Off My Lawn" and they're just complaining about something. If you want, I don't care. Get creative with it. Come up with a character of your own, or let's just watch some bloopers that they did, which might actually be pretty funny to send you guys out.
This is why I'm not the queen.
I saw that shot glass.
Yeah.
We're going to film this anyway. We'll put this in the blooper reel on my Instagram channel. I'm spilling. Already. It's for you, Luch. Yeah, this is for you.
Love you guys.
That's definitely tequila or whiskey.
That has got to be Kiki.
Fucking slippers and your fuzzy socks. Yeah, we gotta keep those out of here. For sure. Whoop, whoop. You just gonna flash some freaking Hey. Hey! I forget what our second topic is. The firmware update. Obviously. And look, queens don't have to remember this shit.
So weird.
Like, you got me. We have peasants to remember this for us. Out of my way, peasants. I think we can see it.
All right.
The crown.
Okay.
The crown.
Get him out of there. Get him out of here. That's fantastic. Amanda and Nikki, thank you guys. Really great job. That is your weekly One Wheel challenge for this week. Come up with your own character, submit a video, and we will go to you in the field from now on in the Voice of One Wheel. We won't do it a whole bunch, but we will do it every now and then, maybe once a month. However it's convenient to you. We just want you guys to have fun. We want to make this about you. It's not about us. It is about all of us that ride in the community. Belly Matt LaBelle, wonderful job making it run today. Thank you, bud. Leave the people. We got to get out of here.
Thanks for setting me up for success there, Luch. I appreciate it. It's real hard for me waking up 15 minutes before the show, and then you have everything ready to go.
Can you imagine that? This dude gets up 15 minutes before the show and just does what he just did. That's not a lot of people can do that. So very, very nicely done, as always. We love you guys. We do it all for you. We will be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. for Luch Dog in the Morning. We'll see you there. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Get a float on. Go get your Gemini. Tweak it up. Be safe and have fun.
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive.
Or don't.
Or don't. All right, folks, that's it for us and everybody here. Great participation in the social media lounge and all of the calls. We'll see you next time on TTR Studios. This is the Voice of One Wheel. Wait. Don't go anywhere. Wait a minute. We can do this. I think we can do it.
You already said goodbye and you're like, no!
I forgot to do one thing. Are there people still here? We can still do it.
Yeah.
Let's go to, I believe it's in Chris Richardson's message. Let's go to the messages from Chris Richardson. That's right. We're going to leave you with a video today. I forgot about that. My bad. Chris, my bad, dude. We're going to pull that up. It's in his, I think just scroll up. He's got a couple edits he wanted to show, and I think we should, yes. No, that's... Belly's going to find it. We'll hang out with you guys until then. Thank you. I'll read some social media lounge comments. I can certainly do that. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care, fam. All right, that's a lot of goodbyes. We appreciate you guys. Man, there's a lot of people in here today. That was fun. There it is.
That's it.
Yeah, why not? There it is. All right, let's do that. Go ahead and cue that up for him. Holy hell. Hey, that's my shirt. All right, guys, this is a fun one. This is from Chris Richardson. I wanted to end today with that, and I forgot to do that. So that one is on me. We will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Luch Dog in the Morning. Enjoy the newest edit from your boy, captain of the TTR Riders team, Chris Richardson.